All right, and welcome to a special episode of Nerd Talk.
Nerd Talk.
Thank you, Mike. I'm Derrick.
I'm Mike.
Mike is a good friend of ours. You probably recognize me from Nerd Talk. You might not recognize Mike from that.
I have not been on Nerd Talk, but I have been in the background of Nerd Talk.
Well, I'm glad you're on here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tonight
Derrick.
we're going to discuss
The
Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I know
I've been waiting for this, Derrick. I've been waiting for this for so long.
it's Mike's favorite show of all time. Am
Oh
I right?
my god! And I liked it before everybody else liked it, which makes it even better.
Walking
But
Dead hipster.
I will admit something now. I have not read the comic series.
Which I have. I'm a huge fan of the comic series. That's one of my favorite reads.
I know I've been meaning to read them, but
Whereas Mike's a huge fan of the TV show. I have seen the show.
okay, yeah, we're in
Like,
season 5 now.
We're in season 5 now. Been some great deaths.
There have been
Yeah.
some great,
Great
amazing,
scenes.
yeah.
Like, we can start with like the
moments.
opening scene of the show.
That
the opening
was
the opening scene of this
the
series.
most intense. I literally like hands on.
I know, like
oh
I was
god,
into it.
like
They have their head. They've been captured by these like cannibal guys in this town called Sanctuary,
right.
and their heads are over these troughs, and he's getting ready to like slice their throats.
You know that
like,
the first kid
bleed
that
them
was
like
on
pigs.
there was the one guy with the couple like in
Yeah,
season 4.
from season 4.
Yeah.
Penguin from Batman.
Right.
or from Gotham. But yeah, he got his cut like because Rick recognized him.
Right. Yeah. And that was just the most intense and most brutal yet like. It's like they just did it on a daily basis, which is like so fucked up, but makes so much sense to me at the same time. Like,
Right,
oh,
and
you're
then
just doing
Carol,
it to survive.
Carol swoops in and saves the day, all epic, like blowing shit up, catching
Covered in
zombies on
blood
fire,
and shit.
covered in blood. Carol's getting badass.
Yeah, I like Carol now. Going from season 1 to now,
To
Carol.
where she is now, like
She's intense. She's fucking intense.
right,
So.
like she's becoming like the comic book version of Andrea.
Right. Apparently, Andrea's a badass. I hated
Andrea's
Andrea
a badass
in the
in
show.
the comics.
Andrea sucked in the
Like
show.
Beth was kind of getting like an Andrea look to her. Like in the comics, Andrea has like a scar across her cheek, a scar across her head.
Right.
You know, like Beth was getting that in the hospital.
Right.
So I was like, oh, so like in my mind, like I'm thinking like, oh, what are they trying to do to Beth? You know, are they making her the new Andrea? Just
Oh,
But-
yeah. But then, you know, as we saw and as you guys saw, or if you haven't seen it yet, we're just going to
Beth goes and gets her brains blown out. in
Oh
the
my
last-
god, which
the last
was
episode of
the best and the worst case scenario for the end of that episode, because I had been saying, I was like, they're going to end it on some sort of cliffhanger, they always do, and you were telling me like, oh, I'm sure they'll like end it somehow, but have a small cliffhanger, and that was just, it blew my mind as much as it blew Beth's mind.
Like, and I was really liking Beth. Like, they were building her character up.
I know,
making
yeah.
her really cool. Of course, that's why they were building it up, because they were planning on blowing her brains all over
Exactly.
your face.
I know, but you know what's funny is that they hadn't, and that was the first, I was literally saying before that episode aired, and I had no thoughts that was going to happen, but I was just thinking to myself that in season 3, I think it was, where they had, where they were in the prison with Oscar and Ajax, like, those two guys I really grew to love in a short period of time.
Axel.
Yeah, Axel,
That was his
thank
name,
you,
not
yeah.
Ajax.
Axel, and, you know, Axel just gets fucking shot in the head by a sniper out of nowhere.
I know, I was starting to like Axel.
Yeah, Axel was really cool. And then they didn't even give a proper, like, Oscar at one point, he just gets shot when they're, like, getting back Merle and Daryl or whatever. He just gets shot, and then Maggie goes up and shoots him in the head, and, like, that's it.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was Oscar.
That's all
until-
Oscar gets.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. But anyway.
But at least Beth's death, like, though it was quick and, like, sudden, you didn't really get a chance to, like, have a lot of feels towards it because of, like, how late in the episode it happened.
Right,
You know, but at least it was, you know, justified by Daryl.
Right, that's true. It was.
Like, quickly shooting that cop in the head.
That was fucking awesome. Which I will say that it reminded me of that scene from The Mist, which was fucking cool. Fat guy shoots that dumb bitch in the head at the end. That was great. That's immediately what I thought of.
And we've had two big deaths this season so far. Out of those deaths, Bob and Beth, which one do you think was your favorite?
My favorite.
Or which one did you like least like see? Which one did you feel the most towards leaving?
I feel like I can get over Beth's death more than Bob's, just because Bob was like like from a really low point to like a really cool kind of that Dale or Herschel standpoint almost.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to lead into a whole thing of him maybe even taking a group of people and leading them to like the good side, finding the good things about life and everything like that. Whereas Beth she was smart, but she also, I don't know, she wasn't as a staple character. She was kind of unstable about a lot of stuff. So get over that.
I think that's why I liked her more.
Plus, she wasted her life on nothing. She stabbed that chick with a pair of scissors that did nothing to her. Like, I mean, it was kind of stupid. But I mean, I understand. I think I miss Bob more.
I understand.
But
see,
I definitely saw Bob's death coming.
Yeah.
As I could tell he got bit as soon as he did, even though it was supposed to be a secret through the whole episode.
No, everyone knew.
But Beth's death, like, totally caught me off guard. It's like, what the hell?
Like, Noah just joined the party.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot everybody hates Chris joining that party. But, and also, he's doing a great job so far.
I like
it's
his
just
character.
weird seeing him outside of that show. But, I mean, he is doing...
I like his character so far.
His character is doing really
good. And we just got the priest.
Right. I hate the priest. I
don't care for him either.
I mean... this last episode when he like snuck away and he was pretty much almost the whole cause of like Michonne and Carl and the baby dying, Judith.
Like he was all right in the comics, I felt, but I like him a lot less in the show.
Yeah, the show he's just annoying.
Like in the comics, he kind of just faded out. Like he's still alive, but they just stopped showing him.
Oh, he's just one of those secondary characters.
Like he'll pop up every now and then, like in the background.
So are there any characters in the comics that are like you've seen so far that are not in the show but are coming to the show or you're hoping come to the show?
Yeah, well, they've announced Eric and Aaron. They're the gay couple.
The gay couple. Okay.
Yeah, they've announced that they're going to be showing up at least in the
The Walking Dead
second half. They've cast them. They're going to be showing up in the second half of the season.
Okay.
And that's a big deal because it's I believe Aaron's the first one they meet when they get to DC.
Okay.
Or get over there, and he kind of leads them into this community. Like once they get to DC, there's actually like survivor camp communities that have been set up.
Okay.
Like the Hilltop and
which actually makes sense in that
ones.
area. Like that's believable in DC.
Yeah, and they end up running across this really cool guy named Jesus. He's kind of like this bearded martial arts kind of guy.
That's awesome.
And he ends up becoming like a staple of Rick's group.
Is he like a male version of Michonne?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But I think he's like a Mexican, something like that.
Is his name Jesus then?
No, I don't know his actual name. He just goes by Jesus.
Okay.
And then they meet Heath. He's this like kind of dreaded black guy. I don't mean dreaded like feared. He has dreadlocks.
He has dreadlocks.
And yeah, he's in a relationship with this nurse lady from the town, and she's really cool. She ends up saving Carl's life and like several lives throughout the group.
Okay.
And they meet Ezekiel. He's the owner of this other town that he runs.
So there's like different towns.
Yeah, there's like 4 different towns.
Okay, but they all
like
kind
survivor
of
camps.
Work together, kind of, or
yeah, kind of like after Rick ends up getting there, they start doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like up until then, they like know each other.
Right.
Like Ezekiel, him and Michonne end up becoming a thing later on, and he has this tiger on a leash that he keeps.
That's insane.
And
that's cool.
He worked at a zoo.
Okay.
He was like the animal feeder guy.
Okay.
And he was like friends with the tiger, so he took the tiger once everything happened. It was like his protector. Her name's Shiva.
Shiva. I'm guessing the tiger attacks for him sometimes. And...
Yeah, the tiger goes out and fights and stuff.
Okay, so the tiger doesn't have to worry about...
It's like his weapon.
Right, okay, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But, which means my favorite character in the entire Walking Dead comics is coming up.
Okay, you've talked about this guy.
Yeah, his name's Negan.
Negan.
Like, he makes the governor look like a pussy.
Really?
Like, compared to Negan, the governor is a monk.
Oh my god.
Like... This guy, all these other towns give Negan half of their supplies.
As
you've seen A Bug's Life?
Yeah.
He's Hopper.
Oh, okay.
Like he comes in, he's like
a much badass.
Yeah, he comes in. He has this baseball bat covered in barbed wire.
Oh shit.
This army of people behind him. He comes in, he's like, "Where's my shit? You guys have all this. I'm taking half of it."
Negan sounds like a dick.
And his baseball bat's named Lucille.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, and Lucille likes to fuck shit up.
Does he have a tank full of heads in his office, though? That was pretty fucked up.
that was
pretty fucked up. which I still never got that part. But you know,
But they've already have rumors about who Negan's going to be, and they've apparently cast or have been in talks with this actor Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You know who that is?
Yeah, I do know. He's from like he's been in a lot of small parts. I know that for sure.
He was in one of my favorite roles of his was in Lost.
Right.
He played a character in that. He was in Smokin' Aces. As one of the Trimmer brothers.
Right. Yeah.
You know, several things like that. The new TV show Strain.
He was in Wild Hogs.
He was.
He was. That's the one movie I know him from.
But yeah, apparently there's a chance that he might be Negan, which would be really sweet. I can see that.
That would be cool. I think it would be good for him to branch out.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a good character.
Negan swears like every 3 words.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they're going to get around that.
Well, they've been getting away. You saw that first episode with like them just cutting the throat and the blood and everything. They've been getting away with a lot of stuff. I think
that's true.
I mean, I think that they can slide some.
But he says fuck.
Oh, well.
Every 4 words out of his mouth are fuck.
Maybe they'll just do like in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and just have like a guitar case put in.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see him, and so I know like a lot of deaths are going to be coming up and stuff like that because Negan has, actually in the comics they call it All Out War.
What is that?
It's 12 issues of Rick's group fighting Negan's group.
Oh shit.
So we can probably see an all-out war coming.
So
does
Rick does he eventually lead like an army of people?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And oh my, best thing ever is like Rick is back. I fucking love that
old Rick is back.
Old Rick is back and he's more badass than ever and like I like the fact that his first reaction is like Daryl has to talk him out of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which is what I love.
Like, when did Daryl become the voice of reason?
I know, exactly. But I like it because it makes Daryl seem more like a brother of his. Like, you gotta calm down a little bit. Like, you gotta think this through. But Rick, if he's on his own, like when he fucking ran over that cop and just shot him in the head, it was like, shut up. Like, that was the best thing ever.
Like, even sometimes Carl can't even talk Rick down.
I know, yeah. Carl started out horrible.
Carl's getting better.
He's getting there.
I wish he was a lot cooler than he is.
I know, but
I mean, in the comics, I really like Carl, and he's still not to that point yet.
I think though is that once they like, other than like huge stable characters, obviously like Rick, once they get a character really developed into who they're gonna be, is when they just off them. It seems. So I like that Carl's slowly getting there because I want to like slowly see him get to his peak.
Right. Like in the comics, Carl loses an eye. I don't know if they're actually ever going to do that to him. Like, I wish they would.
Right. And Rick doesn't have a hand,
yeah,
right?
That's what I was getting ready to say. More than anything, I want Rick to lose his hand.
Right. How does he lose it in the comics?
I remember correctly, like, it's been a while, but if I remember correctly, it was the governor.
Oh, the governor?
The governor cut his hand off.
That sucks. Yeah. Well,
but
cool.
So I'm hoping maybe Negan will do that.
Right.
Which would be nice.
That'd be cool. Does he have, like, a blade for a hand or something? Like, some
no, it's
moral
just a nub.
stuff? Just a nub.
He just has a nub.
He's such a badass. He fucking fights with a nub. That's awesome.
Right. Because that was around. Yeah. Oh, it was the governor. So hopefully Negan will do it.
I need to read those comics.
You do.
Yeah. I encourage you to read the comics. Don't be like me. Just love the show and the comics.
They're in the 230s now, I want to say.
Oh my gosh. I got a long way to go.
Yeah, I think that's right. 130s, 230s, something like that. 130s. But it's like 2 years later now. Rick has his own group of people, like his own town. Maggie has her own town.
What about Glenn? Oh no, he's dead in the comics, isn't he?
Negan kills Glenn.
Oh, that sucks.
It's an epic fucking death. But like Sophia's still alive in the comics.
Oh,
like Maggie and Glenn adopt Sophia because Carol's dead.
Man, that is so messed up.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool. Just Carol's character is becoming a badass. I like her.
The latest issue, they have these. Like, the zombies are talking.
Right.
But it's actually, like, people inside of zombies. Like, they're inside of the zombie flesh. They call themselves the Whisperers. Like, Jesus just took one hostage and brought back because they've been killing people. Like, they're fighting them, like, the zombies are having weapons and stuff. So, like, Rick's group and all, they were, like, freaking out. You know, like, the zombies are talking. They're using weapons. Like, what's going on? They're feeling pain. And they find out that there's people inside of them.
What?
Like, hiding themselves in the zombie flesh so they can, like, blend in with the zombies.
Well, that's genius. But
yeah, but they're even acting like zombies, except talking. They call themselves the Whisperers. Like, Jesus just took one back, but Like Negan's still alive, but he's locked up in jail. Like Rick set up a prison system. Negan has like
Is
a
he like back to Sheriff Rick kind
yeah,
of?
like Negan has like a life sentence. Carl's apprenticing as a blacksmith. But
That's cool.
But Carl just killed these 2 kids, and it's against the law to kill. So I don't know like what they're going to do to Carl. But the kids were like attacking Sophia.
Oh.
So Carl comes in with shovels and starts just beats the shit out of him, and kills them.
That's fucking
Like
cool,
blood
man.
splatter all over him. Well, this has been our Walking Dead special of Nerd Talk.
Thank you so much for having me on. I know
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd talk normal.
Thank you for having
but-
me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. See you later.